All right. So, I'm happy everyone is here right now. It feels like it's such a long time in the 2 week span that I do these because I do it every other week. And every time I come back, I feel like I haven't been on live for a long time. But I'm happy to be here. I do have a decent amount of stuff to talk about. I'm going to get my screen set up. I forgot to do that. And yeah, we're going to talk about a lot today. There's a lot of crappy, weird, crazy stuff going on in the world. I'm going to leave politics out of all of this. I am going to talk about some of the stuff going on and just kind of give you the rundown on energetically what's going on with that. And then I do have some tips for you, and I have a short but very to the point channeled message, and then some announcements as well. So, without lingering around much longer, I'm going to go ahead and start this. Today, tapping in first is into the Earth's energy. So I like to tap into the Earth's energy, the energy of the United States, and then I like to get a tip for the collective, and then a channeled message and anything else that comes up in between there. So I'm going to kind of just read what I have here and then reiterate everything. So the Earth's energy right now the Earth's energy is working out a old pattern. The Earth flows through cycles, and the humans are heavily influencing them. This cycle is one of war and conflict on a major scale. It is the energetic patterning that has been strengthened by humans. And I'll explain all this as soon as I'm done reading it. The energy is not one of war, or I'm sorry, the energy is hold on. The energy is not one of war, but us humans are influenced into war through the energy. Okay. The best thing that we can do is to put our kind, loving energy out to combat the energy and put more love out there than there is hate, basically. And more anger or hate will influence or strengthen this energy as well. And really, it's all about putting that love energy out and dispersing this energy. All right, so more anger and hurt, and it will put more, or don't put more hate or anger energy out there, and it will disrupt the flow and create new when we put love out there. This will continue to happen until we intentionally disrupt the flow with love. This will happen for the rest of our time on Earth until we stop it. If the wars and destruction play out, it will be followed by years of calm and peace. This will continue until we move into this energy again. All right, so sorry, I struggled making it through that paragraph there, but basically what I channeled with that is that what I'm seeing is the Earth's energy is actually in a energy of pattern right now. Like it's replaying a pattern. And when I am channeling this stuff, I'm taking it week by week or bi-weekly by bi-weekly or whatever, but it's just basically touching on different layers each time that I tap into this stuff. And right now, I feel like if we were to research like the patterns that Earth goes through or the patterns in history, I would say that we're pretty by this message here. And I almost feel like I saw something a while ago that said something about us being in a pattern where we are ready to be at like World War III again, or like World War again, or whatever. And that's kind of the energy that's coming up right now is that reoccurring energy, that cycle. So it's a cycle with Earth. But what is really different about that is it's almost like just like how on a full moon, how there's always a lot more people in the hospital, or the people are crazier, and things are just different when it's a full moon. And with science, we can say that, or whatever, we can say that it is the energy of the moon. It's so in full effect, and it's radiating down to us that it is causing us in our minds to kind of react in a weird way. And that's kind of the way it is with this energy. The Earth's energy isn't like saying, go to war, have conflict, do a lot of crazy stuff. That's not what that energy is saying. But the energy that the Earth is going through it does cause humans to have that reaction to it, because us humans, we react in many different ways with many different energies. So the same way as if I feel anger, well, I'm going to react however I feel like I should react to anger. And that's the way that it's playing out. That Earth's energy is back in that cycle of flow, and us humans are rising with that conflict. And conflict's been going on for quite a long time, but that's just where we're at with it right now. So what I'm seeing is we are not going to get out of this energy until it either, like, we do go to world war or something crazy happens and it disperses that energy and disrupts it, or if we can all get on a frequency of putting more love out there and less hate. But unfortunately, I don't see that happening. That's the answer to it. Like, getting love and coherence happening is important right now, but it's just not going to happen because, unfortunately, we have people that are on the side of love and equality and just all of these things that are putting more hate and more fear out there, just the same way the people that are more about hate and more about not equality, just all of that kind of stuff, they're putting the same thing. Literally, it's two sides masking themselves in righteousness and combating, and it's just not going to work, unfortunately. And that's not Republican and Democratic. I'm not even talking about that. And we can say there's like 10 different sides right now going at it, but we're just going to keep it in two to keep it simple. But like right now, we're all combating each other's hate with hate. We're combating each other's anger with anger. And we try to mask it into something different. And that's just, unfortunately, it's not working out. The energy doesn't lie, unfortunately. I guess fortunately, really. But if we do start to radiate that love energy and we start to put more loving energy out than the hate energy that is circling around and influencing everything around it, then that's when it disrupts that flow of energy, and we will then start to have a flow of love energy. So this cycle of energy that always comes, however many years it comes, I have no clue how many years it comes in a row, or how many years it is until it comes. It could be every 80 years. It could be every 50 years. It could be every 25. I honestly don't know, and I didn't go that far into the channeling about it. I just know that they're saying that it's a cycle that's happening, and we are influenced by it. And what happens when we're influenced by it is we go into war every single time, or big conflict. And if you look at the world right now, like, it is nothing but conflict. And you can blame that on whoever, whatever you want, but it's being influenced by this energy on Earth right now, unfortunately. So with all that being said, putting love out there, and you don't have to be fake and weird about it, like or over the top with it. Just be a good damn person. Seriously. Like, you don't have to do anything special besides be a good person and show love when you can show love. And just be kind if it's someone that you feel like you can't show love to. Don't combat their shittiness with shittiness or mask shittiness, because a lot of people are really, really, I'm loving and I'm, just here and telling the truth, and they're just putting more shit out there. So just don't be shitty and try to disrupt this energy. But unfortunately, I just don't think that anything right now is going to change the energy. It sucks, and I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I am being it right now. I think that we are going to, even if it's not this Iran and Israel stuff that's going on, there's going to be a big boom, and not literally, like the whole world's not going to blow up. Could, who knows? But there's going to be a big something that's going, a big clash. There we go. I'll say that. That's going to happen. that is going to shift a lot of things, and that has to happen in order for this energy to get shaken up and dispersed. And it has happened many times before in the past. So that is what's going on with the earth energy right now. And now I want to talk a little bit about the United States energy. So hopefully I don't struggle through this paragraph like I did the last. I'm going to try to read it a little bit more flowy. All right, so the energy here is one that is boiling. As I stated in a previous Sunday energy update, there is a lot of anger energy that is here right now. This is causing destruction and killing on a national level. There are a lot of evil things happening in the country that is masked as love or equality, but behind the mask, it is evil. There is a big separation of energy that is happening within the country as well. So I'm going to actually stop there and I'll read the rest in just a second. So what I was actually seeing is or being told is that there's just, and I've kind of already touched on this, I'm just going to go a little bit deeper really quick, is that with all this, with all sides of everything that's going on, because unfortunately, like usually my Sunday energy updates about the different energy that's going on and this and that, but right now things are just getting really real in the world, and I have to talk about the relevant things that's happening because that's what's being brought, because the universe or God is feeling like you all need to know about it. Stop masking your hate with love. Stop hiding behind the love and the equality mask. Stop hiding behind the we're doing the right thing and it doesn't matter if we're being hateful and whatever mask as well. And like, find your genuine self and your loving self, because if you don't, it is just going to continue to snowball that hate, anger energy that's going on in the world. And it's the same as if I get in an argument with someone and I'm like, you're doing this and it's making me mad. And they're like, well, you're doing this and it's making me mad. And then what happens is we start tossing that anger ball back and forth until it keeps getting bigger and bigger. And then there's a clash that has to happen in order to disperse that energy. If you're conscious enough, you can disperse that energy by using some breaths and releasing it. But yeah, we don't want that to happen. So the other thing I was seeing is there's a separation of energy that's happening in the country, and it's really crazy because it's like just throughout the country there are different types of elevated energy right now, and I'm not going to get into like labeling each one or anything, but it's an energy where it's like, oh my gosh, the world's ending in this area of energy, and then the other area of energy is like, dude, everything's amazing, this is the best life's ever been, and I feel safe and secure. And then there's other places that are like, I feel so unsafe and whatever, and like there is so much different energies, so many different energy sections in the country right now. Now, of course, there's always different energy zones, and I'm not talking about the energy zones. I'm talking about a influx of energy that is either negative or good, or I don't know. It's just a lot of energy that is causing the United States to be very incoherent. And I think in one of my last Sunday energy updates, I was talking about how incoherent either the world or the United States was. I also, in a previous Sunday energy update, was talking about how there's something really, really bad that I feel like is going, or that I was told that's going to happen, or not. It wasn't bad. Something really, really big was going to happen, and it was going to bring everyone together. And I feel like we're getting close to that. Just saying. So anyway, that separation of energy that's going on is like, there's no coherence in the United States right now. Yes, around the world we can say that as well, but we're talking about the United States right now. There is no coherence. And it's just like the states, if they were just to separate from the country, it's that kind of energy where like no one is on the same page right now. And I don't know if that is something that is being done on purpose. Very well could be. Or if it's something that is just happening due to the energy that's going on around the world right now. But zero coherence, well, not zero, but very little coherence in the United States. And that is causing a big imbalance. Now, what's happening is, so let me read this. The only thing that can help with this is coming together in the country without sides or without hate to bring coherence to the country. And this will not happen anytime soon, I don't feel like. It will continue to be, and by anytime soon, like within the next month or two, it'll continue to be imbalanced until there is a big reset or event that will force balance. There is okay, so I'm going to touch on that, then I'm going to talk about one more thing with the United States. So I feel like that energy is just going to continue to be very incoherent until the Earth is, or not the Earth, until the United States, there's a big something that goes on and that will reset the energy. Now, if you look at this, both the Earth and the United States are on the same kind of like frequency, I guess, in a way, where there's some kind of thing that's going to happen that's going to cause a reset. So if I were to go feel into another country, I'm wondering, this is something I just thought about, I'm wondering if that country is going to have the same kind of energy. And if it does, then that means that there's most likely a global event that's getting ready to happen, or an event that's going to happen that has those countries involved in it. So I don't think you're going to die. I don't think you're going to get hurt. I don't think your family is going to get hurt. I think that it's going to be something that's going to happen, though. And I do not want to ever get on here and be all fearful and stuff. The reality of life right now is that there is some shitty stuff that's happening right now, and we have to talk about the uncomfortable, shitty things, and that's just what I'm doing right now. And also the channel message at the end brings some light to all this, which is great as well. So another good thing is that what I did see with the United States is there is this God energy that is flowing through the country right now. The issue is that it is too loud, and sorry, I was reading that. It is too loud energetically right now for us to hear and tap into that God energy. And also, it's basically just struggling because of the loudness that is here, and in the loudness by like hate and anger and so on, and everything else that's going on. Now, what we can do to change this is, and if you remember a while ago when the Pope was repoped or whatever it's called, when the old Pope died and the new Pope went in, I was talking about his ties with the United States and how that's acting as like a direct link for energy, God source energy, or God energy. I almost want to say like God worshiping energy. I don't know. But for God energy to flow through our country, it was acting as like a direct link. So that energy, I feel like, is flowing through our country, but it's too loud for us to hear it. Now, here's what we can do. If I could get on a world stage or a country stage, like a national stage, there we go, and tell everyone this, I would. I guess I am with this being on YouTube, but I have to have the whole country watching it. But so share. But with what we honestly need to do right now is tap into God's source energy. And when we do that, it amplifies through us and purifies us and purifies all things around us in our reality. Now, I'm not necessarily saying go to church, but I am saying if you want to, you probably should. I am saying that you can connect with God's source energy through going to church. You can connect to God source energy through meditating. You can connect to God source energy by going into nature. You can connect to God source energy by raising the question, what is God source energy and how do I connect to it? And it's important to do this right now specifically. And I believe in just the recent Sunday Energy update, I was talking about this as well, actually, about, I think it was like I forget what it was, but it was about tapping into God source energy. So anyway, allow yourself to do that, because when you tap into that, it starts to bring more coherence. It's almost like you're acting as like a beacon, not a beacon, well, I guess a beacon, but like an amplifier for that. So you bring that God, once you reach into that God source energy and it comes and it enters your energy field, it then radiates out. So do that. Read a Bible. Don't read a Bible. Read some text on ancient knowledge. I don't know, whatever it is that you feel best connects you to God's source energy, do it. And that will help to bring coherence throughout the country. And that could simmer things down for all of us if we have enough people doing it. But also, do not take the dang weight of the world on your shoulders, because you are not going to change the world. But the world changing starts with you, if that makes any sense. You're not going to be able to take on the world, but you can start it. You can start doing that, because when you do, it radiates out and the things and the people around you start to change. All right. Tips for the collective is my next subject. So you are being reminded to breathe. And this breathing technique is actually going to play a big role in what's going on right now. So when we breathe and we're like intentionally breathing, we are shedding a lot of energy from our energy field, like negative energy and not good energy. And we're bringing in positive, fresh, new energy into our body and into our space. It's not that we're like, and then like nothing happens. It's like, when we bring it in and we are releasing it, not releasing it, but like amplifying it all around us. So you're being reminded to breathe, and this is going to shake up all the crappy energy that is around your energy field and inside of you, and it'll allow you to not walk around with that filth kind of energy that's on you, because right now on Earth, a lot of crappy energy out there. So this breathing that I'm going to tell you in just a second is going to really, really help you to be able to shake that energy and be in fresh new energy more than you normally would. So each day I want you to set your intentions to breathe and sit and be intentful with this. And I want you to breathe for 5 to 8 minutes. And what I want you to do is breathe through your nose and out of your mouth. And it's going to make me yawn. Sorry. So when you do that, I want you to do those breaths for 5 minutes. After those 5 minutes, I want you to sit there for 2 to 4 minutes extra and take note of your breathing, your normal breathing. You can breathe through just your nose, just your mouth, however you want, but just breathe normal. And I want you to take note of that energy, or not that energy, that breathing, your chest rising and falling. You can also count. You can go 1, 2, 1, 2, but you're going to be normal breathing. And when you do this, I promise you, you will see such a big difference literally that day. It is so huge. Breath work is so amazing. So I want you to do that 2 to 3 times a day if you can. So do it in the morning. As soon as you wake up, do it. Do it after dinner. Just do it. Do it before you go to bed. It literally is going to take you 5 to 8 minutes, and you scroll through Facebook for 5 to 8 minutes a day. You can freaking take some time out to do this. And I am being so serious. This brings so much good energy into your field and releases so much crappy energy at the same time. All right. So when I was asking for a channeled message, I started to get a message and then I got interrupted. And then I had to come back and I said, oh crap, I have 46 seconds until the live is about to start. And I said, can you give me a short and powerful message? I want to say first that the longer message that I had typed out that I wasn't able to tap into again, like I was able to tap into it, but I didn't have enough time to write it all out. So I asked for a shorter positive one. I had about like a good paragraph typed out, but it was basically all about trusting. And I'm going to read the actual one I got in just a second, but it was all about trusting God, trusting the universe, and trusting and having faith that everything is in divine order right now. Because even though the earth is in that cycle energy and we are following right along with the shit stuff that we do as humans, understand that everything is exactly in balance. It's in balance and it is exactly where it needs to be right now. And God, the universe, our guides, whoever the heck you believe in, aliens, they're all, it is all in order and it is all going exactly the way that it needs to go right now. And that's the other thing. Like if we shift, like if let's say God's source energy or the universe is like, hey, end of the year we're going to create a utopia and make the universe or the earth the most amazing place ever, and then humans come in and we start war and we start starving people and we're doing all this crazy terrible stuff, the universe is going to say, okay, well, that was a human's choice, so now we're going to twist this to where they can learn and grow and we can get things in divine order that way. So it'll take it and make the best situation out of it, and we are always being steered towards amazing things, and we have to trust that. We have to trust that. But also listen to the things that I say, listen to the things that you get when you're meditating, listen to the thoughts that you get that are positive, that are going to help you or anyone else in their journey. Listen to the other people that tap into the universe. You know, honestly, and I'm going to get to this channel message, I promise, but honestly, I over the past like 3 days, I have been led to a lot of other spiritual people's like reels on Facebook and stuff, and I usually don't watch that stuff. Not because like I have an issue with it, I just don't. I never crosses my feed. But and I've been kind of watching them, and it's crazy how what I'm saying, but also what I'm feeling and what's being brought to me is like exactly what a lot of other spiritual influencers or spiritual conduits, I don't know what the heck you would call them, but other people, it's the same stuff that they are saying, and it's either the same stuff worded differently or the same stuff said the exact same freaking way. And it is crazy to me that how the universe is communicating right now. All right, so this is the channeled message. It says, have faith in the process, understand that God's work is at play. Do what you can where you are. Trust. And man, I don't know if you can feel how powerful that is. Hopefully you can feel how powerful that is. But like when I read that, each sentence, each small sentence, I get a big impression. And it's like, understand that God's work is at play. And I start thinking about all the negative stuff that's going on to a lot of people in the world. And then I get a comfort. Not that bad things are happening to anybody, but I get a comfort of like, this is all a part of the yin and the yang, the balance. This is all part of it, and not a lot of people like to think of it that way, and I understand it. I get it. But God's energy is like, hey dude, like, we're good. This is all in order. Their souls were on board when they incarnated down here on earth. They understood what was going to happen, and that's a hard thing for a lot of people to understand. So I don't talk about it a ton, but it's God's energy, is the universe is really working right now, and there's a lot of stuff being shuffled around and a lot of stuff happening. And the do what you can where you are is like saying you cannot take on the world's problems. Like, you can't. Because if you try to, you're going to drive yourself nuts, and you're going to drive away all the good people in your life, and you're going to drive away all of your blessings, and it's just not a good thing to do. That is not at all saying don't try to make a difference in the world, because you 100% do make a difference in the world, and you can make a difference in the world. But you cannot take on the world's problems, because what's going on in another nation, you're not gonna you're not gonna change it where you're at right now. Your voice is great. Use your voice. Understand that it is extremely important to pay attention to the energy behind your voice. That doesn't mean if you're saying a hateful thing, say it calmly and nicely. It doesn't change what you're saying. You have to understand that you can only do what you can do. And that also doesn't mean don't turn a blind eye to the stuff that's happening. Understand it. You better believe I am aware of a lot of stuff that's going on in the world politically, on the global scale, with war, with politics all around the world, all that stuff. I'm well aware of a lot of the stuff that's happening, but I'm also not taking it on because I can't. I have my own things in my life to worry about, and that doesn't make me selfish at all. I have my own stuff that I have to worry about. But what I can do is I can come on here and I can talk to people. What I can do is when people come to me for a session, I can heal, I can help them, and I can educate them on God, the universe, and or our spirit guides, or angels, or aliens, or freaking elementals, or whatever else I need to. And I can help them grow and understand that they are in charge, and what they do matters. What you do matters so much. And you have to understand, not even understand, you have to be very aware of your words, of your actions, and what you are taking on. I see people very, very close to me, and I see people very, very far away from me, in a way of relation, not like distance, that are falling into shit holes. And their energy is shifting and their energy is changing because they are trying to take on the world's problems. And I don't know what else to really say about it without people attacking me and saying I'm wrong. There's probably some people that are going to watch this that are going to think the same thing. So don't attack me. I'm just freaking trying to send some messages and trying to help. But I guess last thing I'll say on that topic is, don't allow yourself to get sucked in. Change you. Build yourself up. And do not allow the stuff that's going on to pull your energy in a shitty direction. I see a lot of really good people getting turned into vengeful, hateful, angry, masked, I don't know how to say that, people that are saying they're good, but they're really not. And at this point, literally, a lot of things going on has become a pissing match. And it sucks to see that. I have my own opinions. I think one side's wrong and one side's right. But like, I'm not going to let that affect me in any way. And I want to specify, I am not talking about just Democrats and Republicans. Like, that is so little to look at. Just all that stuff's stupid. It truly is. But it also is important. So don't get me wrong with that. But you're not going to change anything. I just want you to know that. Like, when it comes to that kind of stuff, And I'm not going to go any further with that. Just listen to what I said and try to feel into that. So just be you. Be good. Show love. Spread love. I have a couple other things I want to talk about really quick, but I'm going to cap it off with just saying, show your love. Be nice. Be very, very mindful. If there's anything you get from this whole entire video, is be mindful of your words and your actions. Even if you think you're in the right, or you're on the right side of things, or you are you're putting a mask on that you're expressing love or equality or truth, or I don't even know, I can't think of any more words, but anything else that you can think of, don't put the mask on. Take the mask off and then realize what your words are doing. Like, my wife has been on a path of realizing how powerful her words are. Not in like a negative way at all, actually in positive ways. Funny story, we were actually down in Gatlinburg, or Pigeon Forge, and everyone hit their golfing balls, and we were putt-putting. And also I want to say, like, this happened like 4 times, like 3 times in a matter of like a day or two, where she said something and then something immediately happened. So we were putt-putting, and there was this thing where, like, you hit it in, and it goes up this elevator, and then it comes out, and it goes around this, like, little spinny thing, and then it goes down, like, a Plinko thing into a slot. And I hit it, my son hit it, my son's friend hit it, and I think my other son hit the ball in. It went up, went around, and then it went right in. And my wife made a remark. She said, watch, mine's going to get stuck. And like kind of laughed about it. And we're like, yeah, I hope not. And guess what happened? The ball got stuck at the very top. And it was comical, to be completely honest, because like that already happened a few times. But like seeing it happen this time was just hilarious, because it was like the universe saying, hey, we're trying to get to you. It's like the people with the extended car warranty that call you all the time. Like the universe is like, hey, just here to talk to you about the power of your words. And it really was a powerful experience for her and me. Honestly, it was a reminder of just how powerful our words are, and our energy, and our direction, or where we're directing it, of how important it is. So be mindful of that. And needless to say, her and I both, since that experience, have been really, really conscious of our words. I usually try to be very conscious of my words. And when you're when you're in tune with your intuitiveness, because you're intuitive as well, you just might not be in tune with it. But when you are, you start to realize how the things that you say, as soon as you say it, as soon as you say it, you understand how that's going to affect your reality and how it's going to affect your energy. Like, there's some things that I say that I'm like, crap, I wish I didn't say that, because now that's like really going to affect my reality and my future right this second. So anyway, man, I can just really go on with this, because I see this stuff playing out all day, but I'm not going to. I seriously, I wish the best for everybody, and I know we're in a really weird place in all aspects of life. Even on like just a personal level of things going on in life, it's weird right now. And I'm here for you. If you ever have any questions, and I do have a couple other things I want to talk about really quick, but if you ever have any questions about anything, or need any help through life, or anything in that nature, I'm here for you. If you have a question about what kind of alien species helps with this, or what kind of plants help with this, or how do I connect to my spirit guides, or any of that stuff, I am here for you to help you in any way that you need. So, with all that being said, I have a couple of announcements that I want to make, and I want you to stick through these announcements, because there's some important ones that I need help with. All right, number 1 is I need people that are motivated and want to grow themselves on a personal level, a business level, and a healer level, that want to rent a dang office from the Sharonville location. I started off with almost every office full up there, and literally before we opened, I had 2 people that were like, unfortunately, I think I pulled the trigger too soon, and I'm not ready to do this. So I was like, it's not a big deal. I understand. So they left. And then a couple other people that's been renting spaces and they haven't done anything because they've had a lot of stuff go on in life and they're just not ready to even do anything right this second. And they had to leave. And it's just like, at this point, I have 4 rooms available out there, and I did not anticipate that. And it's not, it is not bringing, it's not helping me any at this point. We have some amazing healers up there, like some amazing people. So if you are looking for a place to rent, I have opened it up to daily rentals up there as well, where you can rent a room up there for 8 hours a day for $50 a day. And if you rent for 7 days or more, you get a space on the website, and you get a space on the, like a flyer on the wall. You can put your cards out, all that stuff. And then there's some other perks with that, but I don't want to sit here and talk about that forever. But I just wanted to say that if you are looking or thinking about taking that leap, we can talk. You get a whole bunch of benefits with it. If you're not, and you know someone that is, send them my information. I would love to talk to them. We have an amazing group of people. We truly, truly do. And the movement is there. It's just, we have to find the right people. And I've had tons of people that's reached out that are like, hey, I'm a photographer and I want to, and I'm like, you know, as much as I would love to just fill the room up, I don't want that to happen. I want it to be healers and not a photographer, or not a, I don't know, all kinds of other things. But so anyway, that's one announcement. The other one, this is a quicker one. Energy Emergence, or Energy Immersion, is happening at the Sharonville location at the end of this month, for last Saturday of the month. So be ready for that. I'm going to start advertising for that much more here in the next couple of days, honestly. I do have my Monday Healing Circle that happens every single Monday at 6 o'clock until about 8. We talk about some spiritual stuff, then we do some healing. You get a message from your spirit guides. I give that to each person in attendance, unless you don't want one. And it's just a cool bunch of people that's there. A couple things I wanted to remind people of, which I'm sure you know, but I offer private Reiki I offer private Reiki sessions. Like, I offer sessions. I also teach Reiki. I like to think that I am a really great teacher. I am very thorough with my teaching, and I am always here to support you afterwards. And I'm not going to go into all that you get and all that, because that'll take a long time. But like, you get a lot with your Reiki classes with me, and it's personal one-on-one sessions with me. If you're wanting to learn how to do Reiki energy healing. If you're needing a session, I do one-on-one sessions, private sessions, and I can do remote sessions as well. Meaning, if you're not in the same country or the same state as me, I can still do a healing session on you. And honestly, they are so powerful, and you'll just have to experience it. But I do offer that, and you can go to the Center for Healing and Integration.com, www.thecenterforhealingandintegration.com, and you can find all that info on there and schedule an appointment anytime. All right. So this is another thing that I am getting ready to try. I have not hit the ground running with this yet, but you are getting the first look on this thing that I'm wanting to try to do. So as many people know, fertility is a big issue for a lot of people. And it's also a very sensitive issue for a lot of people. So I have had some luck with helping people with their fertility issues. I have also, and this is through using energy healing. It's through using energy healing, and it's through using other methods. I also, anytime I think about fertility or I hear about fertility issues, I get these messages and these downloads. So I am feeling like I am meant to do something with fertility. So if you or anyone that you know that is open to energy healing and open to working with what I'm asking them to do for it'll probably be like a 2-week to a month treatment thing that we're doing. Maybe longer. It really just depends. And it will be, for the first 1 or 2 that I do, it's going to be free. So you don't have to pay anything. It's literally, I'm studying it, if you want to say that. But I am looking for someone that is having trouble conceiving. Now, this is something that is really hard for me to communicate, um, because like this is also sensitive as well, but like I will have to screen the person and make sure they're a good fit. Um, Meaning, like, if there's someone that is incredibly overweight, and I mean all of this with love, I truly do. If there's someone that's living a very unhealthy lifestyle and very overweight and just not in the right body state to have a child, a lot of the times your body's not going to allow you to have a child. So it's, I just need people to understand that. So if you're watching this and you're thinking about reaching out, I am going to have to screen for those types of things and make sure that you are the right kind of candidate. But it's nothing against your body type or anything like that. But if you are too overweight for your body style, it can be very unhealthy for you and the baby, and even fatal sometimes. And it would be a conversation that we might need to have of maybe we can work on helping you lose the weight by working on things energetically, and then you kind of taking those action steps and in your physical existence to lose the weight and stuff like that. But I do have to mention that, and I will be mentioning that to anyone that reaches out. But anyway, that's something that I want to do, and I want to try it, and I want to see if I can help more people with that, because I know that's a very hard thing for a lot of people. And I think that if we can heal or bring coherence to the body to where it is ready to conceive, and we can start helping people with that, I mean, man, that would be so amazing, rather than going through the thousands and thousands of dollars of medical stuff that people have to go through for that stuff. So, and it's not going to be a one size fits all. There might be different types of people that I have to do different types of things. That's why I'm doing a few for free, because I need to study it a little bit before I start charging people for it. So anyway, share this around, give them my information. If this is on YouTube and or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can message me or comment. I'll get the comment, and we'll link up and we'll get together on that. Other than that, that is going to be it for me. But I do just want to say that I truly appreciate anyone that has watched this, for watching it. It means a lot to me when I get on here and I see viewers. That's what it says, viewers. I see people watching my lives, and then I go on YouTube and I have 50 views on it, or 100 views, or whatever. It just means a lot to me that I'm able to reach people. So feel free to share this if it's something that you're aligned with and want to share. Feel free to get the word out of, hey, I have this guy that talks about crazy stuff and he says some interesting things. Give him a listen. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. And last thing I want to say is just that I want to just say that I want to send love to all of you in this crazy time. No matter what side you're on any kind of issues, no matter where you're at in the world, I want to just say that I love you, and God loves you, the universe loves you, and you are loved, you are secure, and you are exactly where you need to be. So take a breath and try to bring in that secure energy. And I'm always here with an ear to listen to anything that you need to talk about. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end this live. I appreciate you all. Leave a comment if you have any questions about anything, and I will see you in another 2 weeks.